Hello everyone and welcome to Scale Services Operational Lectures. So in these lectures or in this part we will be discussing about whole operational things and how we are operating in Scale Services and how we can make your agency foundational strong enough, right? And in this particular lecture we will be discussing about what are the causes of the failure of every agencies in 2025 and what are the mistakes they have been doing and how we can solve that. Okay, so my name is Biswanath Kar and I am the Chief Operational Officer of the Scale Services, and I welcome all of you to the operational lectures. So before moving to that, I just want to simply quote an quotation from the Steve Jobs, who said that focus and simplicity. Once you get there, you can move mountains. And this is a very powerful quotation given by Steve Jobs, which means he basically focus on the simplicity, but he goes down. He's go very down into it and make that simple thing get more distinctive, more explanatory, more particular, right? So he always focus on excellence on those simple things rather than being uh, roam around or being focusing on different parts, right? Now if you are in the agency game or if you are just starting out, you might be feeling like how we can start out, or why my agency is not growing, and what is happening to this. So every agency is based on some of the foundations, and those foundations are majorly made with mistakes, and those foundations are attached with some mistakes, and we never recognize that. So most of the agencies, they caught up with the shiny object syndrome. So if you're starting out, or if you have start out with some of the motto, you might have looked with some other YouTubers or your favorite creators who have been doing some of the things. If they're selling SaaS, you want to go into the SaaS. If they're doing e-commerce, and you want to go with the e-com. Okay, if you have seen that people are doing like one person agencies, or if they're doing some of the new things, automations, everything, you might end up thinking like, okay, my creator is doing thing, yes, this video is fantastic, yes, I can do that too, right? So this is called shiny object syndrome. And people are doing drop servicing, these are through agencies, so these are called shiny objects, and we get attracted to it by looking or just convincing from our creators that they try to convince us, right? And we end up purchasing some of their courses and everything, right? And it's the first one. Second thing is they become distracted by silver bullets. Silver bullets are those, if I can say, it is something like, if you have worked as an agency owner, if you have a team and you know this is particular method that is worked for my client, one of my particular client, and this method or this system might work for everyone, right? And this is the most of the foolish things that most of the agency does. We end up considering only one method, particular single system or method which is worked for us, and we usually optimize or create the same working system for our every niche and for every client, right? Now the third part is they prioritize money making over customers. You love making money, I love making money, my team loves making money, my company love making money. Who doesn't, right? But making money over customers is a negative impact. Okay, making money is the thing, but we shouldn't be prioritizing this, because if we do prioritize, then our growth ratio will get lower, because we might not be consider our customer um, as an client, right? We might not respect them, we might not just consider their need, right? So we can't grow. See, so if we can't grow, they can't also grow. It should be a win-win situation for both of us. So if they are making money, we are also making money. Fourth thing is they make little efforts to acquire new skills. So if you have an future end-term plans to be a business owner or be an annotate, okay, so whatever it may be, but we just might end up seeing people who are doing great in their lives, but we are doing nothing. We just saying something with the motivational videos or the quotation in the Instagram. People are making reels on it, but we are doing nothing, we are not acquiring any skills. So let me tell you clear. So in here, if you want to make if you want to establish your next 30s or next 20s, so you want to make better in your 90s 19 or in your 20s, right? So to make secure your 30s, you have to get efforts to acquire new skills, right? So acquiring new skills is the important thing. Fifth is they fail to provide simple plan to the customer, and this is the most of the every agencies, most of the agencies doing this. So we always make things very over complicated, even though they are highly simplified, right? So if a customer comes in, we always want to make sure that the customer must know that I know everything about my agency and I must show them whatever we are doing. And this is the hard things that people don't understand. But if I am an agency owner, if I am doing something and this is in my mind, that if a customer come in or the client or the prospect come in the call, I will explain them everything. I will explain each and every details. If you are doing on funnel systems, if you are doing email system, how it is work, how whatever we are doing, how it is accredited. Customer don't want this, they just want to learn simple, they just want to get it very simply done, right? And because of these things, because of these causes, no one buys and they quit, and most of the agency quits or they change their niche. Okay, now one thing that we need to understand, that every business is complicated or over complicated, and if we are solving that over complication by adding our simple methods or system, we are making it simple, and that is our main goal, simplicity. So we need to make everything simple and go deep down into it. Now, there is another quote which is given by Steve Jobs, which is simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, and it takes a lot of hard work to make something simple, to truly understand the underlying challenges and come up with a elegant solution. It's not minimalism or the absence of clutter, it involving digging through depth of the complexity. To be truly simple, to have to go really deep, you have to deeply understand the essence of a product in order to be able to get rid of the parts that are not essential. Okay, so we need to just not focus on the things which doesn't matter, we need to focus on the thing that does matter, and they're simple, and we need to get deep down into it, right? So how do we do it, what is the solution? Okay, we got the answer that okay, these are the mistakes that people are doing. Now how we can solve that? So in scale services, we basically focus on the three things. Number one is identify the market in need. So we need to be passionate about specific market, right? So we need to understand the market, what are the market which are in the need, so we need to analyze the market. And after that, we need to understand or the passionate about the specific customer within that market or the forte, right? We need to understand that what are the specific kind of group of people who are living there. And third is to giving them or deliver them a clear and desirable outcome, and that's the main thing, and that's the main thing that is important. And to do it in that order, we must have to change our approach. So the things that we are doing earlier, we need to change that, we need to change our entire approach system, we need to change the entire systems, right? And to make it very simple, not over complicated. Now in scale services, it is designed to mentor you like through a proven processes, starting with an foundational knowledge and skills. So and implementing those skills with a deliberate sequence, and because of that you will create an your fail proof agencies, right? So we'll mentor you, we will explain you everything. And let me tell you, like the true mentorship is not just by telling how or what to do, it's just breaking down the concept and actions into their most basic parts and helping you to take actions within confidence. Okay, and this is the main concept of the mentorship. So if you want to succeed, we need to follow and sequence, and every steps, every systems or every businesses follow every sequence, right? Nothing we can go from one to direct four, we need to get step by step. So there will be one step, two step, three, and step four. For you have to have success, it's imperative to start. and advance in sequence. Skipping ahead causes guesswork and will derail the entire process. So if we are making pizza, we need to make sure that we are getting our dough clear, then our tomas or the sauces and everything. So these are the entire process, right? So if we don't do the process, then we might end up being cluttered or overcomplicating things. So in this program, let me tell you, focus really matters. And if you are working with us, okay, so I will we will make sure that there should not be any distraction. Okay, the process must be followed and efforts must be deliberate. So if you are not giving any efforts, if you are not giving any processes to be followed, so you might end up being the stage one or the circle one. Okay, so you can't blame us that time. So you must follow every step and must follow or give efforts with your due diligence, right? And to achieve those simplicity, as we have talked earlier, we must approach the process in the most simple way possible. And we will go deep into that on those simple things and that lie at our foundation of success. That's the main part. So, in fact, the go deep means what going deep truly means is to have the discipline to stick with the core principle of business when boredom sets in. Even though we are bored, we don't want to working, these are very, very boring stuff, we have to be disciplined enough. Okay, so no matter what, whatever niche you have chosen, everyone is using program is to striving simplicity. And while that seem very easy enough, transforming complexity into simplicity is what will drive your agency into entrepreneurial success, and that's the core and hardcore thing that you should remember. And in this program, you need to understand that we are transforming complexity of their businesses into simplicity by using systems, right? So after working nearly 7 years of agency experience, me, Sanskar, and all the team, this program will focus on everything that works on and skip over all the guesswork, right? So if you are interested, then do book a call, and I welcome you to Scale Services again. See you in the next video.